And a very good evening, football fans. We send a hearty welcome here to Gerke Field here in Stevens Point as we get set for, once again, a Week 8 massive Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup. It is the Evergreens of DC Everest and the Spash Panthers going head-to-head. My name is Mike Quinlan, Chris Conley alongside me, and Angelica Dean on the production side of things today. This is your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires with complete auto repair services. Locations, Church Street, Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go. Chris, you've seen this Evergreen team all year long. You've seen what they're capable of. You've seen some of the performances they have put onto the field. They are a very talented team that has the potential to really make some noise in the next couple of weeks and into playoff time.
Well, first of all, it's the biggest game of the year, and here it comes in Week 8. Evergreens win the conference title outright with a win today. Spash would get a share with a win today and a win next week against Marshfield. Look, what high school team's season unfolds the way you expect it to? The Evergreens have Ty Rohde as an accidental quarterback. He takes over for Jake Stasiak, who suffered a high-end neck injury in Week 3 against Wisconsin Rapids. Quarterback keeper going out of bounds. He took a big hit and hasn't been seen since. And it's an upper body injury. His season is done. So the Evergreens have shown that they can win with a sophomore quarterback. But the Evergreens have worked really hard to keep Rohde out of must-throw situations. He gets into some trouble, third and long, third and behind the chains. So the Evergreens, who wanted to be a balanced offense team, are much more run-oriented. Again, that's just because of available personnel and because they got a sophomore under center now.
And you look at that running attack. It starts with Corbin Enzenroth. He has been spectacular this year. He has had so many big games and so many 200-plus yard performances. He has been, to this team, kind of what Blake Bankston was last year, just kind of the guy who can carry a load, who can get a ton of touches and not wear down.
Some of that's a little bit different with the coaching philosophy. Braden Mitchell uses his best players in different ways than past coaches have. The Evergreens used to run in a lot of different running backs. It'd be another guy's series 2 or 3 times in the game. No, Coach Mitchell wants the best players having the ball in their hands, and Corbin Enzenroth has been a workhorse all season. By the way, you remember Blake Bankston, a stud running back for the Evergreens last season. His younger brother Andrew is only a sophomore, and he gets worked into the lineup more and more, sometimes as a slot receiver, sometimes as the running back when Enzenroth doesn't have the ball in his hands. So you got a sophomore quarterback and a sophomore running back. These are guys that are going to be around for Everest next year and the year after that.
And like you said, biggest game of this year. If we have anything like it was last year, that double overtime thriller, we're in for a treat. But there is another team we can talk about here. We'll hear from our friends at Auto Select, and then we'll take a look at the Spash Panthers right here on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Your Auto Select pregame show continues here on Zaleski Sports. Again, Michael in here with Chris Conley. The home team, the Spash Panthers, in this one, coming in with something to prove. They're 5-2, but their strength of schedule just hasn't really been there. They've played teams like Superior. They've played both Eau Claire schools already, Wisconsin Rapids. This is, outside of Hudson, their biggest test this year. They're another team that's got a lot of guys coming back. Trent Breitbach is the guy to talk about. Their quarterback, leading passer, leading rusher, does a little bit of everything for this team. Had a 60-yard option run back and a couple weeks ago in that Wausau West game. And he's going to be the guy, when you get to the goal line, he's usually the guy getting the number called, and he's going to try and take it. But then you get to some of the seniors. Tucker Phillips at running back, Johnny Nadietis, their big play wideouts. This is a team that wants to prove something and to keep themselves in this conference race. And I'm sure neither coach wants to have the stress of last year's game. I talked to both coaches. They said it'd be fun to have a game like that, but they would also be more content with a 50-0 win and have a nice lower heart rate type of game.
Last year's matchup, which is still up on our Zaleski Sports YouTube channel, I mean, an instant classic game where it looked like the other team was going to put their opponent away, and then it just didn't happen. A game, how many times you see lead changes like that in the fourth quarter, and that was when these teams got together last year. I got to tell you, when Everest comes down here to Stevens Point, this has been a house of horrors for them over the years. They haven't had a lot of success coming down to Gerke Field. Part of that is that Spash usually brings a good team to the party also, but this is just a game and a situation where the Evergreens have not had a lot of success. And Spash, I mean, at the beginning of this year, you've got a junior quarterback. You've lost some key players at the skill positions. Maybe they'd be down this year. But Spash has such a big student body to assemble all of its sports teams from. I mean, they reload. They always seem to have somebody that they can call on. And this year it's a junior quarterback that all of these other conference teams are going to have to deal with a year from now, too.
For sure. And you look at someone like Breitbach, he is definitely on the short list for Conference Player of the Year with someone like Corbin Enzenroth. And you got to think the running back for Marshfield up there as well. It's hard to see who ends up getting that favor, who ends up being the Player of the Year. I tend to think it'll be someone on the field tonight because, again, this game, Evergreens can clinch conference. Spash can throw a wrench into things going into next week with the conference championship. Marshfield already did their part. They took West out of the equation. Like the Valley is as tight as it's been in a while, especially among those top three teams, that these next 2 weeks are really going to decide a lot of things when it comes to the conference race.
As we've said, this game will have conference championship implications. This game for the loser, if they wind up getting into the state tournament, boy, when you lose here, I think both of these teams will start on the road once we get to week 10. But if you lose this game, you get an impossible matchup in the level 1 game in state, that you really make your road to wherever you're going or how deep you're going in state much easier with a win tonight.
For sure, and this has been your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires with complete auto repair services. Locations: Church Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go. As things start to wind down, we'll turn things over to our public address.
We ask that you please stand if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America and those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Our anthem this evening will be played by the Spash Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Andy Emerson.
Our anthem concluded. We are moments away from kickoff here. Week number 8, if you can believe it. Just 1 week left of the regular season. It's where has the year gone? As we get set for kickoff here, Spash won the coin toss. They have deferred their choice to the second half, so we will see the Evergreen offense first. And let's take a look at the starters given to me by Coach Braden Mitchell. Quarterback, it'll be, as Chris said earlier, the sophomore, number 6, Ty Rohde. In the backfield, Corbett Enzenroth and Andrew Bankston. Xavier Edwards, Mason Hine, and Samuel Duran, the wideouts. On the offensive line, Will White and Jordan Ploutz are the tackles. Chris Ferrario, Carson Zesch, the guards. Billy Schwartz will be doing the snapping at center for the Evergreens. And they're all white jerseys. The Evergreen numbers, letters, and helmets, the reflective helmets. Very sharp-looking get up for the road team tonight. The other side, the Spash Panther defense, and they're all black, red shoulders, white numbers and letters, the black helmets. Nate Bernstein, Vinny Langlois, Luke Eichenberg on the defensive line, Calvin Roth, Kalani Merriweather, Henry Roth, Riley Trilek, and Tony Rotchek. They're 5 linebacker look. Roth will play kind of a hybrid linebacker safety role. Johnny Nadietis and Kason Sager, the corner. Zach Ellinger is going to be the primary safety for Spash in this one. And Chris, as we get a close kickoff, what's going to be your biggest key to the game tonight?
I want to see if the Evergreens play better. I mean, last week, 5 turnovers, 2 fumbles, failed on downs, 2 interceptions. Chippewa Falls cashed 2 of those turnovers in for touchdowns. But Everest, it was a 1-score game early third quarter. Everest gets into the red zone and just imploded. They had 4 consecutive penalties on 4 plays. An offsides, a delay of game, and an eligible man downfield. I mean, they blew themselves up at some stages. Evergreen's got to get that bad feeling out of their mouth and get back to better football. Last week, their loss to Chippewa Falls, their worst game of the season. Like Spash had a game last week where they got back on track after a disappointing effort against Walsall West. So Spash is 1 game forward towards getting back on track.
For sure. Set to kick things off will be Chase Rayfelt, the kicker for the Panthers. Number 31, a left-footed kicker. This kickoff brought to you by Bound, so be sure to check out boundwisconsin.com for scores, standings, stats, and written content throughout the week. I get my stats from boundwisconsin.com. You can too, as it's an end-over-end kick that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Silas Weber was the deep safety back to return.
Big leg to start off the game. There's just a little bit of wind. The weather's not going to be a factor tonight. This is comfortable for a second week of October. That kick was into just a light breeze, and the big kick, I mean, it went halfway into the end zone.
So they'll set the ball at the 20. Evergreens decide to start on the right hash. Open things up, maybe spread a receiver to the wide side of the field and make it essentially 10 on 10.
Evergreens a lot of times will bring in an extra linebacker that they'll go heavy either to the left or right. And Corbin Enzenroth, the feature running back, sometimes will take his first step towards that extra lineman and then he'll cut it back towards the middle. Enzenroth is the running back to his quarterback's left to open up the game here.
Banks into the right, Rhodey will take it. It'll be Enzenroth sweeping right, trying to get to the corner. Stiff arms Bernstein, and he'll be thrown out of bounds by Calvin Roth. Looks like he's going to lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. As he was able to get around the first tackle of the linebacker turned defensive end in Nate Bernstein, who is still wearing the big club on his left hand from earlier this season. Got that old school look, the extended neck pad that you don't see too often anymore in football.
So tip balls, he's not going to come up with an INT tonight.
Probably not. And they're going to get a free 5 yards, I think, as Vinny Langlois had jumped into the neutral zone. We'll see where they decide it. And they're going to call a false start. They're saying he was drawn offside by the interior offensive line.
A lot of penalties last week against Everest, and here we are 2 plays into the game tonight, and they move backwards.
Again, Billy Schwartz, the center. Carson Zesch, the right guard. So we'll have a wing left, and they'll send Edwards motioning across. And they're going to do a counter right for Enzenroth. He'll get stacked up at the line. He'll get about a yard. Get back to the 15. Give him 1. It'll be 3rd down and 15 coming up.
This is the situation the Evergreens work so hard to keep Ty Rhodey out of. It's 3rd down and beyond the chains. They want to throw when they want to, not when they have to. And this is where you've got to move the ball downfield here.
They're going to spread things out as Enzenroth heads off the field, so twin receivers to the top of the screen. Looks like Edwards and Hine. And he's going to roll left, looking to throw. Pressure coming from Trilek, off balance throw. Got a man wide open up the seam. Turns upfield, that's Hine to the 35, to the 40, and down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 26, a nice throw.
Well, there you go, 3rd and 15, no problem. Spash decided not to send pressure, kept the extra man in the defensive backfield, and the Evergreens still found the spot.
And thrown back across the body, but plenty on it. And the senior receiver, Mason Hine, was able to make a man miss and get some extra yardage. 1st and 10 at the 41. Twin receivers right, split backs. This will be Bankston trying to weave through the defense to the left. He'll gets stacked up at the 45, and he gets a solid gain of 4. Second down coming up. Might as well then from our friends at Maida Custom Apparel, specializing in providing quality decorated apparel, including from corporate casual, team uniforms, and promotional items to sporting goods and awards. Find just what you need to keep you looking great. Learn more, madacustom.com. Second down and 6. This time Enzenroth will be to the right of Rhodey. Single receiver, bottom of the screen is Samuel Duran. And Bankston again breaks a tackle in the backfield, breaks a second tackle, driving toward midfield. He'll be a yard shy of that. He'll get another 3 yards on the play.
Bankston had that ball out away from his body. You don't like to see that. I mean, Bankston as a sophomore is just not as big as some of the other opponents that he'll see. I mean, he's not bulked up like you would expect when someone reaches their senior year. Yeah, want the ball in close, want ball security.
Listed at 5'11", 180. 3rd and 2 now. Again, that split backs look. Enzenroth to the left, Bankston to the right. Design quarterback draw for Rhodey. He's going to stacked up, and he will get thrown back at the line of scrimmage. He got a yard. As coming through was the defensive end, Luke Eichenberg. He got a yard. It'll be 4th down and 1. And there's an early decision time as Tony Rochik in there as well. You're right at midfield. Do you take the chance and go for it and risk the field position game?
Offense stays on. Here they go.
Twin receivers right, split backs. And Spash jumped. That's Bernstein, will give him 5 yards and a free first down. So the decision got made for him.
Yeah, when you see a team as much as I have, I mean, I do almost all of the Everest games, 4th and short almost anywhere on the field, Everest will roll the dice. If it's a yard or 2, offense usually stays out. That time they got one on the cheap.
Coach Mitchell watching a lot of Dan Campbell tape. 1st and 10 from the Spash 45 on the left hash. 8:17 to go and counting, quarter number 1. Hine and Edwards, bottom of the screen. Edwards is the slot. Duran the wing to the left. Or I stand corrected, that's Tristan Gast. Wing right now, tight end right. Sweep for Bankston. He'll get back to the line and get a yard or 2 out of it, driving forward. Rochek will finally drag him to the ground after a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Even with the extra blocker on that right-hand side of the line, Spash wins again at the line of scrimmage. Everest has enjoyed good offensive line play. When they've been in passing situations, protection's been good. Just the Spash defense, they're bigger. They may be a different animal than some of the conference opponents that Everest has seen so far.
2nd and 9, wing and tight end to the right. Twin receivers, they'll send Bankston orbiting around. He'll get that sweep, trying to get to the corner. He will not get brought down. At the line, the ball came out. It looks like the Evergreens got back on top. It's going to be a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10 as they were able to get back on top of it. I think that might have been Hine who got out there. So 3rd down and 10. They'll bring in Wes Pauley. It's a tight end. Bankston will be the wing to the left as well. Enzenroth the back. Twin receivers near side, Hine and Edwards. Play action, rolling right. Pressure coming. Now he's got time. Off balance throw. And that is going to be caught by Xavier Edwards inside the 35 to the 34. He needed 10. He got 11.
Xavier did a great job knowing that he was beyond the sticks when he turned and showed his big number 1 to his quarterback there. Can't come up short there. He was wrapped up right away, so he knew that he had to get deep enough, and he did.
And good job on the concentration hanging on. He kind of double caught it. He was able to hang on, make the play. Edwards, I don't know if he's grown, but I don't remember him being 6'3" last year. A big play threat, one of the most explosive players in football and basketball in the Wisconsin Valley. 1st and 10, Evergreens. Play action, rolling, pressure coming. Kalani Merriweather's going to throw it off balance, throws, and he's got his man. That's Bankston on the far side. He gets to the 30 on a gain of, remember, 31, a gain of 3.
Ty Rohde sometimes has the bad habit of throwing back to the middle when he's being forced out of the pocket. You want to break him of that habit because you can't really step into your throw there, and you're throwing into a crowded part of the field. Rolled with the throw and had Bankston dragging back towards the far sideline there. So even though it's 3 yards, it's a good decision by the Everest quarterback.
Rohde out to a good start, 3 for 3, 40 yards on a drive that's taken half the quarter.
2 long third down conversions, and they pick up a first down on the 4th on a Spash penalty. So 3 first downs, and Evergreens are moving the ball. See if they come away with points on this opening drive.
As Coach Mitchell getting close to the line, we're going to get a delay of game.
Yeah.
Looked like he was thinking about maybe trying to get a timeout in. But instead, he takes the delay and makes it 2nd and 12. Back past the 35 to the 36-yard line. Remember that the Dahl family of vehicles has been earning 5-star reviews since 1911. And now they'd like to earn your 5-star review at their new Dahl Honda and Dahl Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership in Stevens Point. Learn more online, dahlauto.com. And if you're the Evergreens, you're loving to have this long drive. You want to get points out of it, but you're keeping that Spash offense off the field. Twin receivers to the right, bottom of your screen. As Enzenroth will try and get to the edge, he's going to get stacked up. He'll drive his way forward inside the 35 to the 32 on a gain of 4.
Penalty yardage back, but no more than that.
Be 3rd down and 8. Enzenroth his 3rd carry, 4 yards. Ball at the 32, left hash. It'll be Edwards lining up to the bottom of your screen. He'll be matched up one-on-one with Case and Sager. Single receiver on each side.
Xavier Edwards is super fast, too. You always wonder if they identify that one-on-one and want to take a chance downfield.
And
Spash
once again,
jumped into the neutral zone again.
Yep, Kalani Merriweather gets into the neutral zone on a hard count. And a 3rd and 8 becomes a 3rd and 3. So you see now 4 pre-snap penalties, 2 on each side during this drive. So 3rd and 3. And Spash likes that 5 linebacker lineup. Really 4.5, depending how you want to classify Calvin Roth. Single receiver each side. Enzenroth the back to the left of Rohde. Enzenroth is going to get stacked up in the backfield, trying to drive those legs forward. Riley Treilich, first man in. It'll be a loss of 1, and 4th down coming up.
Right in between in the high school game. Evergreens have a good backup kicker, Carson Kempf. He hits these in pregame, but game situations is different. The Evergreens are going to go on 4th down here. Long field goal for the high school game, and the Evergreens won't even try it.
And I can't help but go back to last year. Both teams had a kick blocked ever since the end of regulation, Spash in overtime. That decided that game last year over in Schofield. Twin receivers left, wing and tight end to the right. 4th down and 4. Quick pass to the out route. Got his man. Hines spins upfield. 20-15. Cuts inside to the 10. 1st and goal. Quick pass. Beautifully done. And Hines making an impact. He gets to the 9 on a gain of 19.
As Rohde gets more game experience, he'll know some passes need touch and some passes need zip. He had to get that ball out quickly to the sideline and made the right choice there.
2 catches on the drive for Hines, both on 3rd or 4th down. He's converted 2 first downs, 45 yards receiving on the drive for Hines. 1st and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Enzenroth cuts upfield, 10-5, dragging defenders to the goal line, touchdown.
What a long drive for the Evergreens, and they come away with points. 80 yards of real estate covered, take 2/3 of the first quarter off the clock, and come away with 6.
And after he had been bottled up for almost the entire drive, Enzenroth was able to get into the hole and run over a couple of defenders at the goal line to get in for the score.
Yeah, that was the best rushing play of the drive for the Evergreens because the right side of that line peeled open, peeled back one of those Spash defensive lines and created the hole.
Actually, Carson Zesch, Will White, as there is a player down in the end zone. So trainers or staff is out there looking as we will step aside. You are watching high school football in the Wisconsin Valley on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Injured player was Enzenroth, who may have gotten rolled up as he was tumbling into the end zone.
Came off under his own power, but you hate to see the touchdown maker, your featured back, be the one that's injured. Evergreens usually shift from a 2-point look to a regular PAT. Evergreens sometimes go for 2 out of this set. Let's see what they're going to do here.
I saw them bring the kicking block out, and now they will get it set up for Carson Kempf. Jake Ruther on the hold. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, kick is in plenty of distance, and it is good as well. 3:36 to go, quarter number 1. A great start to the game for the DC Everest Evergreens. They lead at 7-0 as you are watching Week 8 high school football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
3.5 to go, quarter number 1. Mike Quillen here with Chris Conley. Evergreens with a 8.5-minute drive. An impressive drive for the Evergreens to get the first 7 points of the game.
And there's probably no team in the conference that can answer quickly like Spash. I mean, the Evergreens chew up what? 8:24 of the first quarter. Spash could be down the field in 2 or 3 plays.
It was a 14-play, 80-yard drive for DC Everest.
Included, what, 2 long third-down conversions, a 4th down completed pass to keep the drive going, too.
Yeah, Rhodey 4 for 4, 60 yards. 2 penalties on each side. Kempf to kick things off. Roth and Sager back. Short kick will be caught. Well, eventually picked up on a bounce. It's still loose. And Spash was able to get back.
Yeah.
And I definitely think they remember last year. Calvin Roth took a kickoff back last year to start that comeback in the fourth quarter. He took one back against Hudson a few weeks ago as well. A big play guy. We'll get our first look at the Spash offense. Trent Breitbach, the quarterback. Tucker Phillips, your starting halfback tonight. Receivers, Johnny Anadietis, Isaac Gancase, and Sager. Logan Krzyzewski, the tight end. Your offensive line, Peyton Karolounis, Zach Horn, Connor Jandrain, Grady Aldrich, and Joey Gladusky for Spash. Phillips the back to the left to Breitbach. Wing right, twin receivers left. Looking to throw. Quick out route, wide open. Got his man Sager. Breaks the tackle, cuts upfield, 35-40 and out of bounds. Mark him at the 40-yard line on a gain of 13 for Case and Sager.
There you go. Good throw and a broken tackle. The Evergreens have to wrap up on defense.
Yeah, Sager and Adietis, both starting wide receivers and starting corners. They both play and they play all primary special teams. Those two guys are on the field a lot. Extra tight end and Owen Wolf-Sherrick. Twin receivers right. So motion both Wolf-Sherrick and Krzyzewski, and resetting his stance. It'll be a false start on Karolounis.
A lot of penalties in this first quarter. This looks like a week 1 or a week 2 game right now. You'd think a lot of that would be cleaned up this late in the season.
And it's one where you get the feeling that with these two teams and the magnitude of this game with the conference title implications, the adrenaline high. They're anxious. They want to fire off the ball. Well, you said the 5th penalty already thrown in this first quarter. 1st and 15 for the Panthers. Sager and Yang line up to the left. Anadietti, single receiver, top of the screen to the right. Wing right. Phillips, the halfback. Krzyzewski motions across. Breitbach's going to roll. Got pressure coming, looking to set it up. He'll be hit, throws it away, and just launches it to the sideline. And out of bounds. Second down coming up. Great job by Jake Ruther for getting the pressure and just staying with it. He came through unblocked, and there was really no chance for Breitbach to do anything.
Evergreen sent the extra rusher there and was able to get some pressure, flush the quarterback out. Good decision there not to force something back into the field of play.
Well, that Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, business, or home. Check them out, simplicity.coop today. Second and 15. Play action, looking right at the seam. Got Yang wide open into Everest territory down at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 18.
Perfectly delivered ball. Hit the receiver right between the 1 and the 4, and then the receiver held on, surviving a big hit.
Isaac Yang, their most sure-handed receiver. Had 3 touchdowns in week 1 against Chippewa Falls. Has made some big plays. That one right up the seam. Tight end and wing to the right. Yang and Adietti's receivers bottom of your screen to the left. High snap. Dreipbach pulls it back, keeps it himself, cuts upfield. 35-30, breaking tackles, brought down at the 31-yard line. They're going to give him a gain of 16. It'll be another first down for this Spash offense as Breitbach continues to show his dual threat nature.
Spash these days, just like the Evergreens, huddle up between each play. There were a few seasons that Spash was calling plays at the line of scrimmage. That seems to be less of a trend. It seemed like a couple of years ago, more than half the teams, multiple plays called at the line of scrimmage. Everyone consults the wristband before the snap.
Hand off, Tucker Phillips cuts upfield inside the 30 to the 26-yard line on a gain of 5, his first carry tonight. So we approach the final 90 seconds of this first quarter. Mark him at the 27, so actually it's going to be a gain of 4, second and 6.
The Everest long opening drive. This has been a very fast-moving first quarter. Early dinner reservations are in play tonight.
Single receiver on each side. Breitbach to throw. Looking deep toward the pylon and a miscommunication. He overthrows everybody. Looking for Anadietti. He was expecting him to double move back to the pylon, and instead he cut the route short on a comeback, and there was nobody home. Closest player to it was Asa Martin, the corner.
Overthrew the defensive backs, too, so no harm there. Third down, this is 2 chances to pick up the 6 yards that are needed. Spash would go on 4th down, looking to pick up the first down yardage and save coach a more difficult decision.
They'll have that tight end and wing both to the right. Owen Wolf-Schurig and Logan Krzyzewski. Yang and Adietti's to the left as receivers. Phillips to the left to Trent Breitbach. High snap. It'll be Phillips. And he gets stacked up in the backfield and brought down for a loss of 2. Looked like Nico Kleinschmidt came through and made the hit.
Evergreens were thinking pass and were sending extra blitzers there. Ran right into Nico Kleinschmidt, who had his eyes set on the quarterback.
And that was the second or third time this drive where it had been a high snap as well. So that just that split second on a high snap, your quarterback has to land, make sure he's flat, make the decision, especially as Spash likes to run those option plays fairly consistently. And that whole system gets out of whack if the snap isn't right there. As we're going to get a timeout taken by the Panthers with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Evergreen's up 7-0 and a big 4th down coming up for the Spash offense. As you're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with so many delicious favorites featuring hundreds of varieties of bratwurst, chicken, pork, steak, and so much more. No matter what you're looking for, everything you'll find at Ski's Meat Market is always fresh with so many local gems including pizzas, salsas, deli meats, and a variety of homemade dips, pasta salads, veggies, loaded baked potatoes, and drinks. Ski's is a one-stop shop for all your culinary needs. They're always adding new flavors and specialty products. Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Their quality is worth the stop.
4th down and 8 for the Spash offense. Evergreens with a big 3rd down stop, and we're going to see 12 men on the field.
Boy, after a timeout, that's got to drive a coach crazy. I mean, you're over on the sideline, so you've got the personnel. They're all huddled up in front of the coach, and then you got 12 helmets instead of 11 on the field.
And we wonder why coaches end up bald sooner than most other professions. A 4th and 8 becomes a 4th and 3. The Evergreen defense, this is their starting lineup. Broderick Ricketts at defensive line, Andrew Tinga, Nico Kleinschmidt, Max Sari, Nathaniel Briggs, Carson Kempf, Jake Ruther, Asa Martin, Will Hopper, Vander Truax, and Silas Weber, the secondary. Twin receivers left. Phillips is the halfback. They'll motion the tight ends across the formation and overload the left side. Breitbach calls it himself, trying to stack it up, dragging defenders. He's not going to get there.
Yeah, he's short by a yard. Evergreen's defense holds.
And he needed to get to the 21. He got to the 22. He got 2.
No measurement, just eyeballing it. Didn't get enough.
Absolutely. It looked like Braddock Rickert is the one who made the tackle. Defensive lineman comes through, and the Evergreens get the 4th down stop with 25 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Might as well to get the best tire prices, period, during the factory direct tire sale at Shiro Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back by online or mail-in rebate on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card on now at Shiro Tire and Auto Service.
We put a check mark next to the 4th down stop because the Evergreens was 4th and 8. 4th and 3 is so much easier, and the Evergreens still get off the field.
And they're going to spread things out, empty backfield. Rhodey to throw, now he's going to step up and try and run. He's going to get brought down in the at the line of scrimmage. Bernstein in. And Merriweather, looks like he'll get a yard. They'll give him a yard, and we'll see if they try and run another play or just let the clock run down. That will be the final play of the first quarter. We have played 12, and EC Everest leads at 7-0 after the first quarter. And you are watching Week 8 football in the Wisconsin Valley on Zaleski Sports, presented this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
You want a great selection at a great price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded high-bred mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Second quarter just about to begin. Bankston the lone back, and he'll get the handoff. He'll break a tackle into the open field, 30-35, and slung to the ground with a first down.
If you remember on the last drive after the touchdown, Corbin Enzenroth was dinged up, so maybe more of the offensive load shifts to Bankston. Bankston kept those legs churning. Second effort gets him the first down.
Yeah, he broke a tackle in the backfield, gets 12. Yeah, I don't see Enzenroth right now. I'm trying to find him on the bench. Strip receivers is now Bankston again, trying to cut off right tackle. Stacking defenders, carrying forward for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. We'll give him 3, second down and 7. Like Henry Roth, one of the guys in on the tackle along with Merriweather.
Just like you, I'm scanning the Everest sideline, looking for Corbin Enzenroth. Is he over on the athletic trainers table?
That's what I tend to think.
He's got the Dayglow green football cleats. Some of the Evergreens do. He's back in the backfield now.
So there we go. That answers our question.
Enzenroth is in and is to the right of his quarterback.
They'll bring Bankston back, and he's going to get the sweep going right. Gets a block from Enzenroth, cuts upfield, past the 40 to the 43 on a gain of 5.
A little bit hurting, and you're called on for blocking duty. Corbin Enzenroth looks no worse for wear.
And they actually give him the 44. So make it a 3rd and 1. Third down in a yard. It is Enzenroth in the backfield. Tight end and wing to the left. Twin receivers to the right, though, motion. Enzenroth, direct handoff, stacked up at the line, getting the push from his offensive line for the first down.
Initial contact right at the line to make, and then lowers his head and gets the extra yard to move the sticks.
That interior offensive line, Zesh, Ferrario, and Schwartz just drove the pile forward. That was some old school big boy football. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. They'll send 2 receivers to the near side. Spash trying to time the snap count. And they'll adjust things at the line. Gass to the tight end on the wing to the right. Enzenroth to the left. He'll get it, sweeping right. Spins back and is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. It looks like he'll get a yard. Make it 2nd and 9. Calvin Roth in on the tackle. Roth came in leading tackler.
Bankston was asked to try and throw a block to try and set an edge on that far side. He'll come out of the game now.
They'll bring in Wes Pauly, junior tight end. Edwards and Hine, receivers to the near side. Looking to throw, pressure, looking deep, wide open. Is Bankston, cuts upfield, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 53 yards.
All of this after a 4th down defensive stop, and the Evergreens go up by 2 scores here in the middle stages of the quarter.
Ran the wheel and nobody picked him up. Wide open down the field. Wow.
There was another receiver underneath who was uncovered, so that's a breakdown in the Smash defensive secondary.
Yeah, so that's a communication misstep for sure. And a perfect throw. $13-0 extra point pending from Carson Kempf. Rhodey continues his great start as a passer.
Yeah, Rhodey has not missed what he's dropped back to pass so far in this game.
Kick is up. Kick is good. 8:47 to go. It's 14-0 DC Everest on top. And on a big play from Rhodey to Bankston. You're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Mike, you had said that Spash was burned on the same play that they just gave up a touchdown against 2 weeks ago against Wausau West. And this late in the season, everyone's seen tape on everything. Maybe that's the way Everest drew that up.
I think it absolutely was. Shea Jones ran that same play. It ended up being the winning touchdown. It was like a 77-yard or so toss. And again, wide open over the top as the kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback. Like you said, everyone's got the tape, especially probably with these two schools. All their reporters are like, we'll give you whatever you need to try and slow these ones down. This next first down brought to you by our friends at Bruce Orthodontics, providing comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time, so set up a free consultation today at Bruce Orthodontics. Ball at the 20-yard line for the Smash offense. They had a decent drive that got stymied on 4th down. Then the 53-yard pass from Rhodey to Andrew Bankston. Smash will spread things out 4 wide. Phillips is listed as flanked out as a wideout as they're Smash scrambling right now as the clock's starting to wind down the play clock. Empty backfield for Breitbach. He pulls it back. He's looking deep. He's got Sager wide open on the near side. He'll catch it for 50, 45. Chased down from behind. And a flag comes in late from our back judge. That could be a block in the back. He gets to the 43. It's a gain of 37.
Regardless of the call, the pass is going to stand up. The question is, are we going backwards from there?
For sure. And the way it's thrown, it's either a face mask or a block in the back. Those are really your two options at this point.
Block in the back.
Yeah, Isaac Yang. So 10 yards from the spot. As when Sager cut back inside, Yang, who was just about to make his block, had to turn away from the defender. That was an easy call. Tillins up at a first down, 1st and 10. Back in their own territory at the 47. Quick jet pass for Yang. Gets a block, cuts a field 50, jukes inside to the 46-yard line. They're going to give him, looks like the 40. They're going to give him the 45-yard line on a gain of 8. 2nd and 2. Breitbach, 4 of 6, 76 yards through the air so far. Rody's 5 of 5 for a $113 and a touchdown.
Because Everest on some of these passing looks has been sending an extra rusher, a well-timed screenplay could be a big play for Spash.
Yeah, Spash trusts Breitbach a lot to make his reads as the play goes. Here's Yang on the jet sweep, trying to cut back upfield. He's got the first down. He gets 2.
Had blocking, too, on that far side. If he wanted to try and get the edge, he might have won that. Could have turned that upfield maybe for more, but cut it back, moves the chains.
In the shortest completed pass as far as air distance, about 6 inches. It was ruled a pop pass. 1st down and 10 Panthers. Twin receivers to the near side, Sager and Yang. Nadietis by himself to the left. Play action looking for Johnny, and Nadietis catches upfield, jukes a man, cuts back out to the far side inside the 35, and still going inside the 30. Breaking tackles to the 28-yard line. And a gain of 15 for Johnny Nadietis. Yang is their most sure-handed receiver. Nadietis is their best after-the-catch guy. He is arguably the best broken field runner in the conference. He has made something out of nothing quite a bit this year. Play action again. That ball's tipped up in the air and caught. And Nadietis makes the catch at the 20.
Boy, after that tip, it seemed like that ball was in the air forever. And it's the Spash receiver who comes down with it.
It's like if you remember back in the day playing 500. You just get a football, throw it 40 yards, and call it a number, and whoever gets it, gets it. That one about 800 and caught by Nadietis for a gain of 8, his 2nd catch. And Spash right at the red zone at the 20, 6:30 to go. Right as well as the clock runs, Spash will get the ball to start the 2nd half. After deferring the coin toss. Play action. Pressure coming. He's going to get hit. Breaks a tackle. Cuts back up. And Breitbach takes a big hit at the line and eventually brought down. Looks like he'll lose a yard out of it. It'll be a sack.
High school football, you always worry about the blind side and the turnover. Can the quarterback maintain ball security? He did there.
Yeah, he took a couple of big hits. Will Hopper will get credit for the sack. Be 3rd and 3. Again, 4-down territory. Twin receivers to the near side. Yang in the slot. Here's Phillips cutting right, cuts back upfield. He's got a hole. 10, 15, 5 touchdowns, Panthers. So 21 yards for Tucker Phillips. And Spash gets back into the ball game. And Phillips off a left tackle.
So Everest was up by 2 scores. Now they're up by 1 score. And just the Spash offense is so potent that having them down by 2 scores, it's like nothing. They move the ball with ease. That was a great answer drive for Stevens Point.
As Ray Felt to kick the extra point, Wolf Sherrick on the hold. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and the kick is good. 5:23 to go, quarter number 2. We got a new score, 14-7 Evergreens. As you're watching Week 8 Wisconsin Valley Conference football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Spash to kick things away after the score for Phillips. 5:23 to go. DC Everest up 14-7. They'll get another possession here in the second quarter to try and go back up 2 scores. Ray Felt to kick things away. And Ryan Zoll from our friends at Infinity Exteriors, who you just saw. Installing peace of mind. Roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. They guarantee quality you can trust. Now for Phillips, there's also a Serve Pro touchdown. Call Serve Pro the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. Silas Weber, the deep safety to return. Line drive kick will carry into the end zone. That's bobbled, and it'll be a touchback. If that was a couple yards forward, that could have been disaster. But the ball carried enough, and Weber able to get the touchback.
The game has kind of a weird feel right now. I mean, the Evergreens are still up by a touchdown. The Spash defense does not have a stop. But it just feels to me that after the Stevens Point touchdown, some pressure shifts back to Everest. Do the Evergreens squander a good start? If they don't put points up on the board, give the ball back, Spash will be working with 2 timeouts, some time on the clock. I think there's some pressure here on the Everest offense to move the ball, keep their foot down on the pedal here.
They have both their tailbacks in their ends, and Roth and Bankston. It'll be Bankston off a right tackle, stacked up at the line, falls forward past the 20 to the 22. On a gain of 2. Calvin Roth in on the tackle. 2nd down and 8.
And even though the Everest offense is 2 for 2 on their drives, long time-consuming drives, the Evergreens have not been as productive on first down as they'd like to be. A lot of 2nd and 9s, 2nd and 8s. The Evergreens are looking for 4 and 5 yard plays on first down. That's not been in evidence so far.
Yeah, of their running plays, they have 3 of them over 4 yards. Rhodey going to roll right. Gets to the corner. Trillick's there chasing him down. He's going to throw it away. And that'll be the first incompletion of the night. And a smart incompletion for Rhodey. As Trillick came in. And Rhodey showing that athleticism to keep himself upright enough to make a throw to the sideline. Threw it to the first down marker. It was almost caught by the chain gang.
Here comes a big defensive play for Spash. Offense just put points on the board. Can they answer with a 3 and out and get the ball right back?
Duran and Edwards to the right, top of your screen. Near side is Hine. Rhodey play action, looking to throw. Spash 3-man rush up the seam, and Edwards, what a catch! Oh my goodness! That is the catch of the year to the 45-yard line, a gain of 23 by Edwards. That is...
Brought that ball into his body with one hand, then came down with it inbounds and even helped the side judge with the call. Said, yes, got that, and he did.
That was the Odell Beckham catch. Falling backwards, reaching up with one hand and snagging it. That was a special play.
We said a moment ago the Evergreens have struggled on first down. The Evergreens have been outstanding on third down in this game.
Play action, pressure coming, setting up a screen, and it's not going to go anywhere. And the ball almost came out as Johnny Anadietis makes the hit. for a loss of 3 to Bankston.
So the first down problems continue.
If he's able to get just by that one defender, he would have had a huge gain, but the 9080s was waiting for him. Second and 13. Spash sends 4. Pressure coming, rolling. Breaks through a tackle. Turning upfield, throws it short, got his man on out of bounds. Or no, he still gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That is Tristan Gast to make it 3rd and 10.
So the Evergreens will need a bailout third down play again.
They've gotten it a couple of times already. Some big plays. Hine with a couple big third down catches. Last one by Edwards.
Another opportunity for the Spash defense, because if they get a stop here, there's lots of time left for the offense to do something, and they'll get the ball to start the third quarter.
Absolutely. Ball at their own 45-yard line, left hash. And Jordan Ploutz, the left tackle, will have Bankston right behind him as the wing. Twin receivers to the right, Duran and Edwards. Bankston will orbit into the backfield and rotate out. Pressure coming. Great blocking up the seam, looking for Edwards, and just in front of him, incomplete. If he's able to get a little bit of air on that, that was on the verge of a touchdown. Edwards got open, but Rody just, either it slipped a little bit maybe, but he just didn't get the air under it that he needed. And it's 4th and 10.
Rody's worst throw of the game, too. Xavier Edwards got speed. He's an elite state-level track and field athlete. So he's got the 2 steps there and needed a better thrown ball. Led him too far towards the center of the field.
4th and 10. Offense in the shotgun. I wonder if he's just going to run the clock, and now he's going to back up into a punt formation. Ellinger going back now. And a right-footed boot, spiraling kick. Is going to take a Everest bounce inside the 10. Beautifully done. Edwards trying to stay in bounds. He does. And he'll down it at the 1. A 54-yard boot by Rody. And Spash is going to have to go 99.5 yards with 2 timeouts and 3 minutes.
So this is an explosive offense. They do have enough time to march the ball down the field, but they could not possibly have more real estate in front of them when they start this drive.
No, the ball's inside the 1. This is where the first play is the most important. If you're the Spash offensive line, you have to get a push. You can't let Everest control the line of scrimmage. That was an issue with West a couple Saturdays ago, was that West, for the most part in that game, lived in the backfield. Tegan Rasmus had 5 tackles for loss in that game and 3 sacks.
See if you put the quarterback under center here, or do you want a play that's going to develop 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone?
Breitbach will be in the gun. He'll have Phillips to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout by Spash, as they wanted to see how the defense looks. So 2:53 to go. You're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Spash down to 1 timeout, 2:53 to go. Quarter number 2, backed up on their own goal line after the 54-yard boot from Ty Rody.
This is going to be a big play. Do the Evergreens send extra defensive pressure playing for a safety here? If they do, one-on-one coverage on the outside could be a big play down the field. Here we go.
Asa Martin matched up 1-on-1 with Johnny Anadietti. He's a Breitbach under center, trying to push forward, just get out of his own goal line. He's not going to get much out of it. As he's still going, he'll get to the 5 eventually on a gain of 4.
As long as his forward momentum is not stopped, no whistle there. So What we looked like was going to be stacked up at the 2-yard line comes all the way out to the 5. That is the breathing room the Panthers needed.
And I'm sure most people watching are like, what in the Philadelphia Eagles was that? 2nd and 6. Clock will continue to run. Now he'll come out in the gun. Tight end and wing to the right, halfback right, receivers right.
Nobody deep for the Evergreens. Shot downfield here seems about right.
And here it is. Pressure, throws it short, got Yang, he'll pick it at the 15, spinning to the 20. Yang to the 20 on a gain of 15 on the play.
Right off the shoe tops with backside pursuit that didn't quite get home.
That was almost a safety. The design play was two Anadi Yetis up the hash. Good disguise on the coverage, and good job by Vander Truax staying with it to stay with Anadi Yetis as he had rotated across the defensive formation.
Carson Kempf was the player who was chasing the quarterback and didn't quite get home.
Breitbach to throw, looking deep, looking for Anadi Yetis over the top. Great coverage, and incomplete. That's Will Hopper. Perfect coverage on the double move.
Evergreens asked their defensive backs to play a lot of one-on-one. There it was there. Defensive back had the good inside technique.
Again, Hopper, not a big guy, 6 foot, listed at 145, but step for step with Anadi Yetis making that play. 2nd down and 10, 87 seconds to go, quarter number 2. Breitbach, 8 of 11 passing, 116 yards. Twin receivers. And Yang will motion across. They'll fake the pop pass. He's going to roll out. Floats one up for Anadi Yetis up the sideline. Leaping attempt and knocked away incomplete by Asa Martin. 3rd down coming up.
That's a catch if Martin doesn't get his hand on the football. Had to punch that out.
Really nice play by Martin. 3rd and long. Minute 20 to go.
And back-to-back plays, looks down the field where the Evergreens have asked their defensive backs to cover one-on-one. They've been up to the task both times.
This 3rd down brought to you by Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings, 2 beautiful child care and preschools in Stevens Point offering early child learning, infants through 4K. You'll find great facilities and a comfortable environment to help your child grow. To learn more, visit littlescholars.com. Again, that is littlescholars.com. Sager and Yang will be to the top of the screen, left of the formation, and Anadi Yetis manned up with Hopper on the right. Breitbach, pressure coming. Sets up a screen for Calvin Roth. Trying to get to the corner, he will not. Breaking through for a loss of 5 on the play.
Evergreens immediately take a timeout. They're looking to get the ball back with good field position. They'll have over a minute to operate with, and they'll have 2 timeouts in their pocket.
That was Nathaniel Briggs who made the tackle, the senior linebacker, as he was able to, he came from the hash, so he waited until the blockers got upfield and cut behind him to make that play. 4th down and 15, a minute 11 to go. And Spash will kick it away. Breitbach is their punter. I've seen them run 1 fake punt this year.
Probably not in this situation, in this part of the field, not with the ball back at the 15-yard line. That was a good defensive series for the Everest defense.
That's an alarming stat to hear. The 2nd punt of the conference season for Spash.
Silas Weber, the return man for the Evergreens, sets up right at the 50-yard line. Evergreens looking to take over the ball in plus territory.
Spash did not have 11 guys on the field. Now they got to send Bernstein out there.
See, because they never punt. There you go. Now we've got the right personnel out there.
Snap, good pressure coming, and he gets it away. High spiraling kick, fair catch called for and made at the 45. It's a 40-yard kick, plenty of hang time, and great field position for the Evergreens. 2 timeouts and 64 seconds to work with.
So with the 2 timeouts, the middle of the field remains open for the Evergreens. If you think you've got a running play that can go for a chunk yardage play here, you can use that here too.
Rhodey 8 of 10 for 136 yards and a touchdown. They'll send 3 receivers out there stacked, or just slightly off stacked, as he's going to look to throw. Pressure coming. Here's Roth trying to chase him down, or Rochester. So he throws it to the sideline, and he overthrew everyone out of bounds. Hine, the intended target, incomplete.
Evergreens have been putting more of the offensive burden on Ty Rohde. Since Rohde came on in Week 3 because of injury, the Evergreens have been more run-oriented. In this game, they're kind of letting it rip with him. Made good decisions so far.
And that was off the hand. I thought there might have been a chance at an interception, but he was able to carry it out of bounds. Hine, single receiver near side. Edwards and Duran up to the right. Hand off, Bankston cuts up field and drives those legs forward for a gain of about 4. Give him 4. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Final 44 seconds. And a no huddle. Or kind of a muddle huddle.
Yep, got a second play called here. Not using that timeout.
Rolling left, looking to throw. Rohde throws it to the sideline and overthrew Bankston, who was bumped down the field. No flags, incomplete, 4th down.
In the center of the field, Mason Hine, 2 of the Spash defensive backs ran into each other. Both went down, but the ball was going to the other receiver.
Absolutely, and also right off is just a leak route by Gass. He got flattened by a linebacker about a yard off the line.
So it turns out to be a 3-and-out. Evergreens were trying to move the ball down the field, were unsuccessful, and they will punt away.
And they'll bring out their typical punter, and Spash will take that final timeout with 21 seconds to go as Caden English was out there to kick it away. We'll keep things here for the rest of the half, 14-7 Evergreens. As well, from our friends at Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. You can learn more at nicolaybank.com. Chris, if you're Spash, do you think about bringing some pressure here, going for the punt block?
Sure, because I think if the kick away is successful, 21 seconds, 1 timeout, you're probably going to take a knee and go to the locker room. The scoring opportunity is to come up with a block.
That's the thing, and it looks like we'll see who they send back to return it, if it's Roth or Anani Eddies. Roth is their big play. Looks like it'll be Anani Eddies who will be back to return. Roth has been a guy who's taken kicks back and punts back for touchdowns during his career.
Yeah, if I'm Everest, I'm looking to put this kick out of bounds. Don't want to risk any kind of return here in the closing moments of the first half.
Spash not showing any pressure, and they will not. Rugby-style kick, a side spinner, picked up by Anani Eddies at the 11. Breaks a tackle, cuts back left, spinning still, breaking tackle.
That ball's loose.
But Spash gets back on
Spash
top.
has it. Oh, my goodness.
Kason Sager saves the half with 9 seconds to go after Anani Eddies trying to make a play at it, punched down. And we've seen this in the professional ranks the past few years. The accuracy of what they call the peanut punch has been unreal in professional football these past few years, where it seems like no matter what they do, they're able to get their fist on the football, and we saw it right there.
Yeah, boy, Spash cannot afford to give up points with 9 seconds left, so instead they're on it. I believe the Panthers will take a knee and talk about what to do with their first possession of the third quarter.
They're lined up like they're going to run a play. Maybe they'll just do a handoff and maybe try and break something. Brightbox going to take it himself, cuts upfield, gets some blocks, cuts back up, now cuts back to the near side. 35-40, stumbling. Clock will run out. He brought down at the 45-yard line. He gets 30 on the play, but that'll end the half. For a second, it looked like he had a chance, but he got taken down by the turf monster slightly and stumbles out of bounds. But at the half, DC Everest will take a 14-7 lead into the locker room, and a couple of very impressive offensive drives.
What more could you ask for? Here's a game that's got conference championship implications, and we'll be deciding this one in the second half.
For sure. So we'll step aside. You're watching Week 8 High School Football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally. just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
It is halftime here from Gerke as it is 14-7. DC Everest on top. We'll take a look at some of the numbers, my unofficial tally of penalties included here. I have 175 for Spash, 187 for DC Everest. Breitbach, 111 yards passing, 51 rushing. Phillips, 3 carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown. Isaac Yang, 4 catches for 43, 2 for 50 for Sager, 2 for 23 for Anani Eddies. Rhodey, he missed on his last 3 passes, but he is 8 of 12 passing, 136 yards and a touchdown. Banks in the leading rusher, 9 carries, 35 yards. He also has got 3 catches for 53 and a touchdown. Enzenroth, 7 carries for 14 yards and a touchdown. Edwards, 2 catches for 34, 2 for 46 for Hine. And really, after those first couple drives, the penalties dried up for both teams. It seemed like they kind of settled in and played much more fundamentally sound football.
It seemed like for a while we were having a penalty every other play. That cleaned up as we moved from the first quarter into the second quarter. Both teams have been more pass-oriented than you would think. I mean, Stevens Point, the running game has not really been in evidence so far, except for the big quarterback keeper to close out the first half. Spash has been willing to throw the ball downfield. So far, they haven't made the really big connection, but that could, individual plays could turn this game around as we go into the second half.
Yeah, so just over 50% run pass for Everest. They've passed on 12 of their 30 plays that they ran in that first half. But a couple of those were passes that ended turning into runs by Rhodey as he had to cut up field. Spash, over 50% passes. They only have 8 rushing attempts compared to 13 passes. So, yeah, it definitely has been more of an air attack in this game so far. But both quarterbacks, I thought, have acquitted themselves pretty well. They've both shown more confidence, and especially in that first quarter, Rhodey looked really, really impressive.
Ty Rhodey played better in the first quarter. He cooled off a little bit in the second quarter, but then again, he had to make more difficult throws in the second quarter. He had more throws on the run. He had a couple where he had to just throw the ball towards the sideline because he had that backside pressure coming towards him. He's a sophomore. Sophomores are going to be inconsistent. At the start of the year, Ty Rhodey was the junior varsity quarterback. What's different about this game is the Evergreens have been asking him to throw more. They've been asking a lot more of their sophomore quarterback. The two sophomores are Bangston and Rhodey. And if I showed you, like on Team Photograph Day, before week 1 of the season, if I laid out all the individual photographs that we're going to put in the Everest program, I said, pick out the kids who are the sophomores. You would pick out Rhodey and Bangston just because they're not as big in the shoulders. They're not as developed as some of the older, bigger players. And yet the two sophomores both have a big role to play in the Everest offense.
Absolutely. As we are again at halftime, it is 14-7. DC Everest on top is You are watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at MaidaCustom.com.
I went to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Taking a look around the Zaleski Sports scoreboard tonight. 10 games for you guys, so obviously this one. They go down toward the Milwaukee area. Homestead up on Slinger, 21-0 late in the second quarter there. That's a big-time matchup. Homestead in control through the first half there. Crossover game, New Richmond 35-14 over Wisconsin Rapids at Southwood County Stadium. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. However, the Red Raiders are on the drive. They're inside the New Richmond 30. So they look for their first win. The Merriwood CWC Auburndale all over Assumption 34-0 late in the first half there. Auburndale looking to get another big win. Oshkosh North on their homecoming, their only game on their school's campus. They usually play at Titan Stadium. They're at the Oshkosh North High School, and they're up 35-0 on Sheboygan North as Spartans look to get to 8-0 with that big matchup next week. The game I'll be at, they'll be taking on Notre Dame and the state's longest winning streak from the Tritons. 2 teams battling for that FRCC Conference Championship. That'll be next week. The Clover Belts, Osseo Fairchild 14-8 over Neelsville Grattan. Final seconds of the first half. Looks like it'll go to the half, 14-8 there. Marshfield tied with Eau Claire North, 21-21 late in the second quarter over in Eau Claire North. Again, Marshfield right in the thick of this conference race. They'll have Spash next week over in Marshfield. Whitehall and Augusta going head-to-head. See if we can get a score there. Whitehall 36-0 at the half. In the Fox Valley, Kimberly and Kaukauna. And as that one is at the half, it is scoreless at the half between Kimberly and Kaukauna. Kaukauna was shut out last week too. Neenah got them 7-0.
Kaukauna, I think, is a great high school football story. When I started doing high school games a decade ago, Kaukauna was horrible. They had some winless seasons there. And then to see them battling against Kimberly, who would have thought? That's a program that's turned itself around over the long view, over the last decade or so.
Just a couple years ago, they got to level 4. They fell in a tight one to Waunakee. I remember I went that one with Justin Jashevsky, J-Town, as we call him. We went down to Ripon and called that game when Waunakee, Coach Rice's final level 4 game down there. And then our game of the week over in Amherst. Amherst and Stratford battling for the CWC Large Championship. Stratford 19-7 over Amherst. That game is at the half.
This is my own little theory. when teams somehow get their own facility on their own campus. They never seem to regret that. Kaukauna, the Galloping Ghosts, used to play at this municipal park. It was hard to get an environment there. The team had to take a bus to its own home games. And then suddenly, even though they don't have a lot of room on their school campus, they were able to shoehorn a field in there. And I think the atmosphere immediately changes. It's easier for the student body to come out. I think that's been one of the things that has helped turn that program around.
And that's something I talked with Coach Ott of Oshkosh North over the course of the season, one of the games I've done there. Again, they usually play at Titan Stadium, home of UW Oshkosh. They get one game a year. Their homecoming game is the only one they play on their beautiful field on their own campus. And talking to the coaches, Coach Ott and the other assistants, how fired up they get for that game to play at their school. Because like you said, they bus to Titan Stadium when they play there. And that's where they'll be next week too. But they talk about how much they love and they feel off the energy of that game on their campus. And they're up 35-0 now. The team right behind them in the standings in Sheboygan North. And they're looking very good. And the Spartans, that's going to be one of the most fun games they're going to get a chance to call next week. It's going to have this kind of environment just in the Fox Valley next week with them at Notre Dame.
One of the asterisks to the advantages of playing on your own campus, Stevens Point plays baseball in a city park on the road, a municipal field. They play here at the home of UW Stevens Point. But Spash is such a big school that they get such big turnout. They have such a big alumni. It's the only high school in town that the environment here, even though this is a big stadium, they fill it up. So it doesn't feel like it's hard for a smaller school. Play at UW Oshkosh, play at UW Eau Claire. It's hard to generate a lot of feeling. The teams have to bring their own energy to those games.
And that's a big props as well to you look at the two Eau Claire schools now. They have their own fields. They're not playing at Carson anymore. Memorial North have their own fields now, and they're beautiful, and the environments there have been top-notch so far. It is halftime. You see the Evergreens coming back out onto the field with about 3 minutes plus the extra 3 they're going to add on to the halftime clock. It is 14-7 Evergreens. They'll get their defense out there to start the third quarter. As you are watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
In every department at Bell Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Both teams heading out there, getting their warm-ups in. 14-7, DC Everest on top of the Spash Panthers. Week 8 football in the Wisconsin Valley. Again, these two teams both still competing in the race for that conference championship. Marshall there as well. A very long shot, but I think mathematically Wausau West still has a shot, but they would need a significant amount of help.
One of the surprises from our halftime scores, and Marshfield's been a tough team to figure out this year. Up some weeks, down next week, inconsistent, and they're struggling with one of the Eau Claire teams. That's a game that's going to be tied, I believe, going into halftime.
Yeah, 21-21. And it is at the half. Marshfield at Eau Claire North at that new field with the big Husky at midfield for North. And yeah, that's definitely one of the big ones. The other one as well is, I wouldn't say struggling, but New Richmond, they took over, but they're up 35-14 on Wisconsin Rapids. Rapids has shown glimpses this year of getting things turned around a little bit. They've struggled for the past few, but they've been able to hang with some teams, and they're showing with Coach Krenz that they're maybe starting to swing things back on the way up.
I'd like to see something positive happen for Wisconsin Rapids. I mean, that's a football program with a lot of history. For years, their numbers were down. Their numbers are back up, but the Rapids team is a very young team, so maybe their best football is a season away from them. They'll bring back their quarterback. They'll bring back almost all of their skill players next year.
Absolutely, and the Valley, last year it was pretty well known it was these two teams, and then a gap between the rest as far as who was going to be the champion. It's a little more open this year. Coming into the season, I didn't know who was going to take over, whether it was going to still be these two teams, whether West was going to come up with some more, they had a bunch more returning players in their skill groups, or it was going to be a team like one of the Eau Clairs that was going to start to make that next step. But it's been more open. The crossover games have been a little more competitive this year. And it's been an interesting season to keep an eye on here in the Wisconsin Valley.
Forgive us for talking about next season because the story of this season isn't even written yet.
Not even close.
But these teams, Everest and Spash, will be right there a year from now because they're bringing back a lot of people. Walsall West is kind of young. They'll bring more people back. Next year is going to be, the traditional powerhouses will be there, but I think there are some other teams that are going to get themselves into the mix in Valley football for 2026.
Absolutely, and again, like I said, there's still another full week of the season, then we get into playoff time, and we talked about during our pregame a little bit that between these two teams, both will very likely be on the road to start. I know looking ahead, Spash was, as far as the latest Matrix rankings, we're scheduled to go to Hamilton in Sussex, a team that put up 73 points in a conference game last week on Menominee Falls. And I can't remember off the top of my head where they had the Evergreens going. I'll see if I can quick look that one up and see where they would be scheduled to travel.
And, of course, the WIAA computer is a little black box of tricks. It always spits out a few surprises on us, too, once we get the teams seeded and ranked.
For sure, and this will be something that's going to be really fun to keep an eye on. I'm really excited to see how this new system works and how it actually applies. Because I've been trying to learn as much as I can about it over the course of the season. But it's still a lot to try and understand, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So that being said, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. Be back with the third quarter. That's coming up next on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you by Hoffman.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Third quarter just about to begin. Except for this one, gets able to get to the rankings. DC Everest was the 22nd ranked team. They would be taking on Bayport. Rematch from level 4. That'd be level 1 scheduled right now. That was a fun game.
That was at Bayport, the defending state champions. You know, I remember from last year, was Bayport the best offense? No, they weren't. They had an outstanding offensive line.
And both Stevens and Moon, the quarterback running back, they're back. And they have both been very good. Evergreens to kick things off to start quarter number 3.
No one squibs and onsides more than the Evergreens. Let's see if they are indeed kicking it deep. It's popped up in short.
And Roth gets buried by his own teammate at the 23-yard line. That was the best hit of the season by Ellinger. That was a slobber knocker, but friendly fire.
And Spash doesn't get particularly good field position to start. Evergreens have had a field position edge all night.
For sure. This first possession brought to you by Home Furniture. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. Sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and more. Home Furniture, locations Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, Post Road in Plover. Breitbach will have Phillips to his left.
Evergreen's defense was playing well towards the end of the first half. See if they pick up where they left off.
They're going to spread out their edges a little bit, try and get some pressure. Breitbach to throw. He's got time, throwing deep for Yetis, and they tangle up, incomplete. Yetis looking for a flag, does not get it. Second down coming up. They've been letting him play tonight.
You know, there wasn't contact up high, but it looked like Asa Martin's feet got tangled up with the receiver.
That was my view of it as well.
It is a more obvious call when there's contact, when there's hand fighting or there's contact up above the waist. It's much harder to get that pass interference call when the feet are tangled up, which is what happened on that play.
Second down and 10. And Phillips the back to the right of Trent Breitbach. Yetis and Yang on the near side of your screen. Sager to the right, looking to throw a quick pass for Yetis. He'll make the catch at the 25 and be brought down by Martin after a gain of 2.
Martin closed on that receiver like he was shot out of a cannon.
And it'll say a 2-yard pass. That's a tough throw for a quarterback throwing far hash. It's a long throw. Martin, 5'11", 170, the senior. He made a couple of nice plays at the end of that first half as well as Spash will stack their receivers. Trips to the left. Wide open to the right. Nobody there. Breitbach is going to roll right, looking to throw. Looking to Yang, and he's got it past midfield, spinning inside the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 28 to Yang.
It's a big third down conversion. You don't want to take the ball to start the second half and then go 3 and out. So they bail themselves out and get into plus territory on that big throw.
As they'll bring in Ethan Fisher, third running back. And I think there's one thing, watching that play from up here, Everest got lucky. If Breitbach waits one more second and Yetis was by himself on the near sideline, they ran a cross wheel or a post wheel. Fisher in the slot right. He'll likely motion across. They'll motion Krzyzewski across to the wing. And now here comes Fisher. He'll get the pop pass, looking for the edge. Does not get the block. Spun back and thrown down in the backfield by Carson Kempf. That's going to be a loss of 5.
Evergreen's defense had good lateral pursuit there. Made sure he wasn't get to the corner. Back on the other side of the 50.
Second down and 15.
It's unusual for me to see a Spash team where the running game just has not been a part of their offense. Spash wants to throw the ball down the field. Sometimes they'll try and bail themselves out with big plays. Got a quarterback with a big arm, got good receivers. But the running backs, quiet tonight.
Phillips only had 3 carries as he'll get one here, and he's going to get stacked up and carry defenders back toward the line of scrimmage. And it actually give him a loss of a yard to be third down and 16. As a big defensive lineman, Braddock Rickert, 6'1", 240. Plays bigger than 240. Comes in and makes the tackle. Marzella, for 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union's been part of your hometown team. Local, trusted, strong Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first. Federally insured by NCUA. Third and long for Spash. Their first drive of the half, they'll trip their receivers to the left near side. Be Kornowski, Yetis, and Sager.
Same formation we saw on the last third down play.
But now here comes pressure. Breitbach's going to turn upfield and try and run. Sutter steps, spun out of bounds back at near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10 or 11. Looks like it'll be 4th and 11. They'll give him a gain of 5.
And the punt team comes out.
I had the feeling if he had gotten another 5 yards, they would have thought about going for it. But Breitbach will kick it away. As Silas Weber back to return, standing at his own 15. So the Evergreens get the stop. High. Side spiraling boot takes a check up and out of bounds inside the 20. Be at about the 16-yard line. And that is where the Evergreens will start. First down and 10 for Rhodey, Enzenroth, Bankston and company.
Let's see how Rhodey responds. His 7-point lead is still good here. Rhodey, I thought, cooled off in the later parts of the second quarter. See how he starts off the second half on the Evergreens' first possession.
As we got a...
Do we have a late flag on this
That's
punt?
what I'm trying to see here.
The side judge is over talking with the Everest coaches, so it's a decision. Do we want to make them re-kick?
Illegal formation. They're going to make him kick it again, move him back 5.
Right, so the Evergreens were going to have the ball at the 17-yard line. See if field position changes here.
So basically what the official said was one of the gunners was not on the line of scrimmage. I heard him say, he said there was 5 in the backfield, so one of the 2 gunners was not on the line of scrimmage, so they had 5 in the backfield. Now it looks like they're good, and they'll kick it again. Breitbach. This time it's going to be caught at the 15.
Returnable.
To the 25, chased down to the 30 and brought down there.
So this is
15-yard return. Yeah,
14 yards difference in field position here.
Yeah, he got a big block right at the catch point, too. It got him free. That was an awesome block. Watching it back on my phone, that was a really nice block.
You know, one of the funny things about the Evergreens on special teams, the Evergreens have a lot of speed. Silas Weber has speed. Xavier Edwards used to return some kicks. He only occasionally goes out as a punt returner. Bankston is fast, too. The Evergreens do not have a single big return, big kickoff return or punt return for the entire season.
First down and 10. As they'll shift their tight ends over, including Luke Hoffman. Play action looking for Edwards on the little jet pass. He's going to get brought down by an Adietti. He's past the 35 to the 37 on a gain of 6. Second down and 4.
You always like the ball in Xavier Edwards' hands. He's one of the fastest men on the field. So a break a tackle, watch how a 6 or 7 yard play could go for a 56-yard play.
And he has the play of the day with that catch he made in that second quarter. As far as if we can think about a highlight reel play.
Right, a one-handed catch where he was able to use one hand and steer the ball into his body along the sidelines.
Enzenroth to the right. They'll shift Hoffman and Gast to that side of the formation. Spash showing pressure. Here they come. Enzenroth the carry. He's got a huge hole. Cuts upfield. Breaking tackles to midfield and thrown to the ground by Henry Roth.
It's Corbin Enzenroth's best run of the game so far.
Easily. His only other run that was more than 4 yards was that 8-yard touchdown run. Now 8 carries, 27 yards for Enzenroth. Evergreens and these long time-consuming drives. So they get to midfield. Hine and Edwards, single receivers to the bottom of your screen. Enzenroth will shift to the left to Rohde. He'll get the handoff, trying to cut back outside. Hesitating, he'll get a couple of yards out of it. Give him a gain of 2. Looks like Kalani Merriweather in on the hit. Second down and 8. Resolution, just like these players are bringing their best to the gridiron, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and learn more. Twin receivers to the right again. And once again, they'll motion the 2 tight ends over. Now a wing into the backfield is Gast. Bankston up the gut. He's going to carry defender. Still going. He's going to be brought down shy of the 40 to the 42-yard line on a gain of 6. A good push so far this drive for that Evergreen offensive line, especially the left side of the line. Looks like Ferrario and Jordan Ploutz.
That's a little different in past matchups from these teams. Spash was usually the bigger team up front. Line play here when the Evergreens have the ball is about 50-50.
Third down and 2. Of course, 4-down territory from how things are situated right now, as you talked about earlier. Bankston stacked up. He's going to be close. I think he'll be about a yard short.
Turned back right at the yard to gain. 4th and 1.
McHenry Roth in on the tackle. 4th down and a yard, and here comes Enzenroth.
Evergreen's defense had a 4th down stop back in the first quarter. When the offense got the ball back, marched down the field for a touchdown. Spash needs this 4th down stop here.
5.5 to go, quarter number 3. A light box. Tight ends will shift. Now Smash showing pressure. Here they come. Enzenroth has got the first down. Carries inside the 40 to the 38-yard line on a gain of 3.
Went jumbo to the right side, and that's where the running back went. Nothing fancy about that.
And once he got to the 6, Enzenroth decided, I'm just going to fall forward, get what I can, not take a chance of getting punched out. Smash will bring in a new nose tackle. Aiden Muratua. In for Langlois.
Evergreen's going to test that new lineman. They're going to keep the ball on the ground here.
Enzenroth chased down from behind by Roth. He'll get inside the 35 to the 34 on a gain of 4. 11 carries, now 36 yards for Corbin Enzenroth.
And now, look, the Evergreens still have a lot more to do if they're going to get points out of this drive. I mean, they're still outside of the red zone. But what concerns you a little bit about Spash is if you give up points here, every Everest drive just chews up huge amounts of clock. If you're down by 2 scores, you may not have a lot of possessions left in this game, even though there's a lot of football left to play.
As they'll shift everyone across the 3 tight ends. Pauly now on the field. Enzenroth cuts back left, now cuts back up the middle, gets a seam and gets inside the 30 to the 29. On 5 more, it'll be 3rd down and a yard.
Enzenroth does that a lot. You've got the extra blockers on the right side, so that's where he's going, right? His first step is to the right, and then he cuts it back in the other direction.
Yeah, he's trying to catch a team over pursuing. So 3rd down and a long one, just inside the 30. And again, they'll motion everybody across. Hoffman, Pauly, and Gast. Here's Bankston. Hesitates, cuts upfield. He's got the first down inside the 30. Still going to the 25 on a gain of 4. And that's the thing with the Evergreens. These long drives are getting 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. They're not breaking a play, but it's just steady, methodical.
This drive is a little bit different, has a different look for the Evergreens. This is more power football. Earlier in the game, we were asking Rhodey to fling the ball around more.
As well for our friends at Stevens Pine Orthopedics, proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this fall. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. Again, 715-344-0701.
And this Spash defense has been out on the field for a long time during this drive.
Rhodey to throw this time. Now here comes some pressure from Krzyzewski. Floats it up to the sideline, wide open, and then falling inside the 5 is Edwards as Spash defenders tangled up on themselves. You get to the 4 on a gain of 21.
And Spash is part lucky, too, because that ball was underthrown. If it's thrown up near the shoulders or near the numbers, X walks right into the end zone.
That's a little bit of, we look at a little bit of luck on both teams where if Spash doesn't tangle up, that's an interception. And then Edwards was able to stay wide open as 3 defenders went to the turf. Just a bizarre play all around. And it's 1st and goal Evergreens.
One-on-one with Xavier Edwards at the far wide side of the field. See if the Evergreens want to take that matchup.
Enzenroth right up the gut, trying to drive forward for the goal line. Touchdown, DC Everest.
Evergreens back up by 2 scores in a time-consuming drive.
2nd touchdown for Enzenroth tonight. With 2:13 to go, quarter number 3. As they do have the kicking block out there for Kempf. And with the time starting to run low, that basically this next drive is probably must score for Spash. With how the time of possession has been in favor of the Evergreens. Pressure coming, kick is up, kick is good. 21-7, Evergreens on top in quarter number 3. 2:13 to go as you're watching Week 8 football in the Wisconsin Valley on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Sager and Roth back to return for Spash. Evers has pooch kicked it twice. Once almost turned into a fumble recovery in the first quarter. Last one involved Roth being absolutely drilled by his own teammate. So kick things away. About a 7-yard approach for the linebacker, Carson Kempf. It helps have a kicker be a starting linebacker. Roth's going to run to this one at the 20-yard line and cut up field. He'll get hit right away at the 27 and brought down there. Good open field tackle at the 28-yard line by Aiden Schmitz.
Well, here comes a big possession for the Spash offense. You absolutely cannot go down by 3 scores, so you got to get closer here. It seemed like in the first half, when Everest was up 14-0, that Spash had a lot of time, quick play potential. Spash has not moved the football in the second half, only their second possession since halftime.
For sure, and they have Kornowski on the field. He's the receiver near side. Long, lanky receiver. Breitbach pulls it back himself, gets a block, cuts back up, gets past the 35, near the line to gain. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down on a gain of 10. And that has been kind of Smash's bread and butter this year, has been that read option with Breitbach. He's usually been very good at hanging on to that handoff to the last second and pulling it back. And that's a different wrinkle that they haven't had a chance to do too much, and that the Evergreens haven't had a chance to try and stop yet. Kornowski and Anani Yetis, the receivers to the near side. Isaac Yang being looked at by the training staff. Breitbach keeps it himself. Hesitation, cuts up field, stacked up, past the line, still going to the 40. And he'll get 2 yards out of it, make it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, he gets 2. Could have been stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Back-to-back runs, I think, for the first time all night for Spash.
Yeah, for Breitbach, that's only his 8th carry, 68 yards. And one of those was that 30-yarder at the very last play of the first half, when he was trying to go 85. 2nd down and 8, Kornowski and Anani Yetis, the receivers to the near side. Anani Yetis is the slot. They'll shift Phillips to his left of Breitbach. It is Phillips, cuts upfield, makes a jump cut outside, gets past the 40 to the 43 on a gain of 3. Be 3rd down at about 5 for Spash here. Final 40 seconds here in quarter number 3. A big 3rd down here in the early portions of this drive. We're told to find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, service with a smile. Open daily, breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
Got to think, if they don't make the first down here, they'll have the time between quarters to think about it, but they'd go on 4th down.
I think so. Breitbach pulls it back, keeps it himself, cuts up field, diving for the line again. He'll be a yard short on a gain of 4. And now with 4th and 1, it's absolutely go for it situation, but that will happen in the first play of quarter number 4. We've played 3, and it is 21-7 Evergreens as we head to the 4th, as you're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying.
4th down in a yard to start the 4th quarter. Spash a full house, and
Spash moved early, I think.
No, timeout. Timeout, Everest. Everest took a timeout.
That's a break. The left side of the line came out of their stance and was into the neutral zone. Huge difference between 4th and less than a yard and going 5 yards back there. I know what the Evergreens are thinking. They're wondering with that single receiver down low if Spash is going to take a shot into one-on-one coverage downfield.
I think this time this is, from what I've seen this year, this is going to be Breitbach saying, "Let's go. I'm going to take it myself. Get the yard, and let's just get a new set of downs." Breitbach, tough to bring down right away. He's had 1 negative yard. He had a sack back in the first quarter. Other than that, he's got 3 gains of 10 or more yards. Full house. And Breitbach takes it himself.
He didn't make it.
It's close.
This is going to be on the spot. I think he's short.
They have him at the 48. It is close.
Yeah, they've got to untangle and spot this ball. We got players pointing
he
first
got
down
a yard.
or short. Let's see.
From where the ball is, it looks like he has it. From where the ball is. Coach Mitchell is almost at the hash marks.
Yeah, we're going to bring the chains over from the far sideline.
From the angle I have, from where the ball is, it looks like he has it. By about half the football.
You've got better, younger eyes than I do. Boy, this is a critical measurement.
This is huge. From the line to gain was a 48. The ball is on the yard line itself. It is absurdly close.
Stretch this out.
Got it. Half the football.
By the nose.
Exactly half the football. Breitbach gets it. First guy that came through, looked like it was Ruther that had come through and had made the first hit. For a second I thought it was Rhodey, but then I realized he doesn't play defense. It was number 8. First down, Spash. And now, at this point, a must-have-it drive. As they'll wind the clock. Wing right, single receiver each side. Not yet, he's on motion across. Fake the pop pass. Breitbach cuts upfield, pass midfield, flag down. He'll get inside the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it's likely not going to stand. And it's a holding call on Spash.
A lot of penalties earlier in the game. It's been a while since we've seen a flag. First flag of the second half.
Outside of the punt.
Right, outside of the punt, correct.
So 1st and 20 now for Spash. And if I'm thinking correctly, outside of a block in the back on a deep pass by Greer, that's our first live ball penalty.
Holding penalties are so hard to overcome in the high school game. Just 1st and 20 this far behind the chains immediately puts you off schedule.
Phillips stacked up. He'll get past the 40. He'll get 2 or 3. Give him 3. Tackle made by Kempf. Be 2nd and 17 for Spash. Might as well that no matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm's got you covered at the best prices guaranteed. So auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks, Fleet Farm has everything you need, and all at the lowest prices. Calvin Roth back onto the field. As we're going to get a timeout Spash, as Coach Eichenberg did not like the personnel he had with 10:59 to go, quarter number 4. That's a big timeout that Spash will not have later as they try and get on the comeback trail. You're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with so many delicious favorites featuring hundreds of varieties of bratwurst, chicken, pork, steak, and so much more. No matter what you're looking for, everything you'll find at Ski's Meat Market is always fresh with so many local gems including pizzas, salsas, deli meats, and a variety of homemade dips, pasta salads, veggies, loaded baked potatoes, and drinks. Ski's is a one-stop shop for all your culinary needs. They're always adding new flavors and specialty products. Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Their quality is worth the stop.
2nd and 17 for Spash. Update as well over in Eau Claire. 27-21 Marshfield on North there, and they are also driving. 35-14 still New Richmond up on Wisconsin Rapids midway through quarter number 3 there. Again, my name is Mike Wendland, Chris Conley alongside me, Angelica Dean on the production side of things tonight.
Late personnel coming on after the timeout.
Yeah, Isaac Yang out with injury. Kornowski on the field. Here comes pressure coming. Brightway's going to turn up field, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Jump pass. Caught.
Oh, my.
Johnny Anadietti's broken field running. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. He'll mark him at the 43-yard line.
Breitbach took a big hit, too, and was kind of wobbly coming up to his hit.
There is a penalty on the far side. It's a gain of 15 if it stands. Illegal man downfield. That's a backbreaker.
It is, because it was 2nd and 17, and you got it to 3rd and short, and then the play gets wiped away.
I'm watching it back right now as they mark it off. It was one of the guards. It looked like, watching it back, it was Aldrich, the guard. And it wasn't more than a yard or two at most. It was very close. He was just looking for someone to block. 2nd and 22. Pressure coming. Now flushed right. Breitbach throws it to the sideline and tipped away by Martin. He may have cost his teammate interception. Those Truax was there as well.
Right. Asa Martin didn't realize that he had another back who was deeper than he was.
And now 3rd and 22 and another penalty down. On the far sideline at the 45-yard line.
Evergreens are indicating that it's on
It is ineligible downfield.
And that they're going to decline it. They'll play this as 3rd and 22.
Watching it back, that one I didn't see anything. So 3rd and 22, they decline the penalty.
Spash needs to cross midfield and down to the 42 in Everest territory. 3rd and forever.
Fisher, reverse for Nadietis. Cuts upfield, 40, cuts inside 45, gets to midfield, and the ball popped out, but it's out of bounds. He gets past midfield. He gets to the 49. He gets 15.
And you said he's so shifty in the open field. That was a huge play because it makes this 4th and possible. I mean, 4th and from behind the chains, those are low percentage plays. But this will be 4th and 8. It's in the realm of possibility here.
Absolutely, with 10:20 to go. They'll bring in Phillips back onto the field. In the reverse, it was a 14-yard carry for Johnny Anadietti's.
So even with a trick play, Spash puts the ball in the hands of their best players. Makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Anadietti's slot to the left. Kornowski out there as well. Breitbach to throw. Here comes pressure. He'll step up, throws it, got Anadietti's and knocked away incomplete by Truax. And Everest gets the stop on 4th down.
Good body control there. Knew that he couldn't clog the receiver in the back and somehow worked his arm around and knocked that ball away.
And that's also the help of being 6'4". He's got those long arms that can reach through and make that one. Breitbach also was very close to the line of scrimmage. So at midfield, and now Evergreens can run some time here, get a couple of first downs, get this under 8 minutes. At least chip away and run this clock down. Remember, tonight's game is brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Dahl Automotive, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza.
I mean, here it is, an Everest team that started the season 0-2, has a backup quarterback in there, and if you dream of being conference champions, come away with points here and you're halfway there.
Enzenroth runs right into the teeth of the line, gets a big push from Jordan Plautz. He'll get inside the 45, and he's eventually to the 42 on a gain of 8.
And from that big stack of players, the one who comes out of the pile and falls forward is the guy with the ball.
Give the credit to his left tackle, Jordan Plautz, 6'3", 265. He threw a shoulder check into his own running back and basically catapulted him forward. Second and 2. It's like Rhodey to throw. He's looking for a play, deep pressure coming, flips it up and just throws it away. Calvin Roth with the pressure. Yeah, he got out of the pocket. Otherwise, that was the most intentional of intentional groundings.
Right. No one around there. You almost like Rhodey if he could bring the ball in close to his body, keeping that, staying in bounds, keeping the clock moving. Could have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe would have lost just 1 or 2.
3rd down and 2, and you got to think with how they've been running the ball in the second half, 4-down territory. Corbett Enzenroth is the back to the left now of Rhodey. Big push, Enzenroth's got the first down. Cuts up, stacked up, still spinning his way. A flag is down in the backfield. He'll get to the 35 on a gain of 7 if it counts, but I don't think it will. It's a holding call on the Evergreens. That flag came from our referee. That came from the white hat.
Referee didn't like the takedown from the left side of the offensive line. They're calling this on the left guard.
They got that. That's Chris Ferrario. That was this second half. Was watching just the line play. You said it was about 50-50 for most of this one. Evergreens are firing off the ball extremely well.
It has shifted, and you know what? Maybe we've got a tired Spash defense. Time of possession has been lopsided in Everest's favor.
Yeah, it's over 10 minutes. So 17 minutes.
But the holding penalty pushed Everest back behind the flag.
And we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout,
Evergreens. 9:06 to go, quarter number 4. You're watching Week 8 football, Wisconsin Valley Conference edition on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
You want a great selection at a great price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded high-bred mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
Third down and 12. Evergreens. I think they charged a timeout to Spash. I think it's supposed to be going to Everest. I think Everest has 1 left. Twin receivers to the right. Hines, single receiver to the left. Rhodey to throw. Pressure coming. Bernstein trying to chase him down. Throws it. Leaping catch is made. First down. And a flag comes in at the end of the play.
This completed pass for a first down is going to be wiped out on back-to-back holding penalties.
And that one might have been Ploutz's left tackle. Looks like he might have grabbed Bernstein. I'm going to watch this one back.
And holding in the backfield, it's a spot foul.
Yeah, it was left tackle. Watching it back, Bernstein had dipped and ripped around the left tackle, and Planta's only option was to just grab the jersey from behind, and he kind of pulled him back a little bit. And the thing is, it probably wouldn't matter. Rhodey had escaped enough. He's faster than Bernstein.
The last drives for both of these teams shaped by big holding penalties.
3rd and 22. Rhodey looking to set up something, throwing deep up the seam for Edwards. Underthrown, leaping attempt, tipped up in the air.
He got it.
And caught
He got
by
that.
Edwards. Unbelievable inside the 20. His second spectacular play. And he spikes the ball, but there's another flag at the 33.
Back-to-back-to-back penalties on big Everest receptions.
This time he's signaling block in the back of some sort. And there also might be another one on Edwards for spiking the football after the catch. Oh, it's on Spash originally.
On Spash. These penalties may offset. And if that's the case, then the spiking the football becomes huge because you'll replay the down.
So it's a delay of game on Edwards after the play because he spiked the football. So the play is going to count.
Right, because that's right, because the Edwards spike of the football is a dead ball foul. So our officials are going to assess a penalty against Everest.
44 yards on the play. To Edwards on a tip drill. Second spectacular play he's made tonight.
And Rhodey, I mean, look, it's all great when your receiver bails you out, but he threw into triple coverage there.
He was asking for an interception.
Yes. As Rhodey matures as a quarterback, sophomore year now, junior year, senior year, he may not throw that ball. He had an exceptional play by his receiver.
So they call the unsportsmanlike. So you count the play, you decline the penalty, and then 15 yards on Edwards.
Bottom line for the Evergreens, they picked up what looked like an impossible third down conversion. Keep the ball, and we'll keep the clock moving.
And that's 15 yards. They have not marched it off 15 yards. They marched it off 5.
You'd almost want to the next time you can call your offense over. Darn it, no more penalties.
1st and 10 at the 24. Here's Enzenroth off a right guard. He gets hit at the line and brought down after a gain of 2.
Injured Spash player on the
there's a
right
Spash lineman down. As the training staff is out there, we'll step aside. You're watching Week 8 football on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favorite Real Estate Group.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there.
Second down and 9. 1-yard run from Enzenroth. Like it was Vinny Langlois, the injured Spash player, the nose tackle. And penalties all over the place, offside on Spash. Right guard or center Schwartz got flattened. And an encroachment call to make it 2nd and 4.
Got to move the ball inside the red zone in a spot where Spash simply cannot give up points.
That's the simplest way to put it. Time for the Spash defense. They need to make a play if Coach Eigenberger wants to come back in this one. The thing is also during all those holding penalties, the clock ran every time too.
Right, and
it was off a run.
This fourth quarter just has no flow to it, like there's been a flag after every play.
Right up the left side and a first down for Gast. He'll get to the 14 on a gain of 5. First carry for Gast tonight's second touch. So Gast is the back. Bankston is on a wing. I wonder if we see something tricky here with Bankston. Double wing right, halfback left. Rhodey taking his time. They're not going to snap the ball until the countdown continues. Now here it is. Gast off tackle right, cutting inside the 10. Into the 7-yard line on a gain of 7.
Just a different look. In comes a bigger, more physical back and positive yardage.
Yeah, Gast 5 pounds heavier listed than Bankston. But he's been a tight end for most of the game. And they're letting the junior try and finish this one out.
Spash almost has to play for a turnover here. Look to strip the ball, punch it out. Need something like that to turn this quarter around.
Absolutely. They had that chance, but Edwards saved the day.
Sure did. You're going to watch that on our Zaleski Sports highlight reel. That's one of those no, and then yes, something good happened.
Gas being pushed forward toward the goal line. He's going to have a first down and goal to go on a gain of 4. Rodchek makes the tackle.
I think putting the ball in Gas' hand, interesting personnel decision. Bigger, stronger back against a tired defense, which has been out there forever, especially in this second half. Just look at the body language on that Spash defense. A lot of hands on hips. A lot of guys look like they need a blow here.
Absolutely. The fatigue is the time of possession over double is really the story of this game. These long, methodical drives by the Evergreens. Outside of the plays to Edwards, who's had big plays, it's just been steady and consistent. As going to the end zone is Gast.
To the goal line, but not in.
No, he's a yard short. Be second down and goal at the 1. Merriweather and Ellinger coming in to make the stop. So we're now under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. Evergreens 5 minutes from a conference title. Edwards will be matched up one-on-one, and Adi Eddy's at the goal line if they want to try and fake something here. I doubt it. They will not. Handoff, Gas stacked up at the line, trying to drive forward, thrown in the backfield for a loss.
Boy, for a tired Believe defense, what a big play by Roth.
Loss of 2. Henry Roth making the tackle. Third down and goal, but actually give him a loss of 1. He gets to the 2. Still 2. I mean, they're going to go for it anyway. Fourth down if they get stopped here. They're going to empty the backfield.
Rhodey may follow the blockers on the left side of this line.
Timeout. Evergreens. With 4:02 to go. Third and goal at the 2. They think they wanted to see what Spash's defense was looking like.
Well, let's talk this through for a moment. One of the things that makes high school football great is you can look at different situations in different ways. I think if fourth down comes up, the Evergreens try and kick the field goal. They go up by 3. I think you take points in this situation.
Yeah, I mean...
The touchdown's a knockout blow, but I think the points are more important.
Yeah, I mean, if field goal will also make it still a 3 score. 3 score, yeah, I think maybe they kick. with the very least, I think my view is I think they would go. They haven't been stopped for many negative runs. Even if you don't get it, you're making them go the length of the field, get an onside kick, and go again.
Something that factors into the kick or go for it on fourth down, Jake Stasiak, the injured starting quarterback, is Everest's usual place kicker. So you're putting your number 2 kicker in a pressure-packed situation.
And especially you don't want to take a chance of a block then either. So, either way, we'll see what happens here. It looks like Bankston now in the backfield. And he'll be to the right of Rhodey. Rhodey calls it himself, and he'll walk in. Touchdown, Everest. Rhodey from a couple of yards out wasn't touched till the goal line. And that whole discussion is moot.
Feels like a knockout blow, maybe a championship moment for the Evergreens tonight.
And what a way to do it for your sophomore quarterback, his best game he's played this year.
Yeah, Ty Rhodey, welcome to the land of high expectations, because people are going to expect the same level of play for the next 2 years that he's under center.
And so he's thrown for 207 yards passing. 105 of those to Edwards, who has made a couple of ridiculous catches that has saved him probably 2 different interceptions in this game. Kick is up, kick is going to float through, and it is good. 3:58 to go, quarter number 4, 28-7 DC Everest. They are 4 minutes away from a Wisconsin Valley Conference title for the second straight year. On Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
The offense and the consistency of the Evergreens, difference makers tonight. When you look at, I'm looking at my unofficial stats, these runs, they've had 2 runs of 10 yards or more. That's it on their rushing attack. Only a couple more of 8 or more, but it's a lot of 4s, a lot of 5s, a lot of 3s, just consistent, steady, and only a couple ones that have a minus sign in front of it.
Evergreens have been much more consistent in their running game in the second half than they were in the first.
This game has been the definition of death by 1,000 paper cuts. And they have been extremely effective. A short kick, caught and breaking tackles, and still spinning past the 35 to the 37 is Kason Sager. Spash will take over at 3:53 to go. They need some quick strike offense to try and have any sort of hope in this one. Breitbach, 136 yards passing. The interesting thing about this game is there's been a bunch of penalties. There's not been a turnover in this game.
Right, and both teams have put the ball on the ground. Evergreens have had a couple of risky throws.
I guess it's not risky if Xavier Edwards is your receiver.
Right.
Apparently.
Ty Rhodey will be disappointed. Xavier Edwards, a graduating senior, will not be back next year.
Breitbach to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up, throws, got his man. Krzyzewski, the tight end, past the 40 to the 45 on a gain of 8. His first catch tonight. Spash, they're capable of a no huddle. But looks like they're just going to kind of muddle huddle here and try and get a play call in quickly with 3:30 to go here in quarter number 4. Of course, stay tuned. We'll have your Nacerville Dairy post-game show down on the field. Winning coach, winning player. Breitbach flushed right. Gets a block, floats it deep for Sager. Battle for it. He's going to make the catch inside the 30 to the Everest 27-yard line. Gain of 28.
Big play, and the flag didn't come out either. I thought that Asa Martin had the hand in the back and was kind of finessing the receiver there too. Not called on a good catch, on an underthrown ball.
Again, they're letting him play in the back in the secondary tonight. Both teams have been taking advantage of the physical play. Breitbach throws it short, got his man. Sager cuts back inside. It'll be inside the 20 to the 16 on a gain of 11. That might have been a mistake by Sager. You want to get out of bounds there as the clock will run as the chains are resetting. Breitbach looking to throw. Flush right, he's going to take off and run. Cuts inside the 10, Sutter steps to the 5, touchdown, Breitbach. From 16 yards, Breitbach gets 6. There's a Serve Pro touchdown for the Spash Panthers. Call Serve Pro the number one choice in cleanup and restoration like it never happened as Breitbach takes it in. A quick drive, 2:40 left.
Peyton Carey-Alunas, offensive lineman, hobbled coming off the field. He's not going to be out there for the point after. There's the quick strike that Spash has been needing all night. Probably comes at a stage of the game that's too late, though.
High snap, kick is up, and it's blocked.
That doesn't help the cause either.
That looked like it might have been Carter Nemitz or Marquis White. It was a number in the 50s that made that play. Still a two-possession game, 2:40 to go, 28-13. You got, I think, an onside kick coming for Spash. And Evergreens next week go to Memorial.
Evergreens will be at home for senior night against Memorial.
They'll be a host to Memorial. Spash goes to Marshfield.
I'm thinking that both of these teams will play as favorites for Week 9. But again, the loss here kind of diminishes or dims substantially Spash's conference championship possibilities. The Evergreens are going to claim it outright with this victory tonight.
Well, I think if they were to lose, they could still share it with if they'd have the same record as Marshfield.
Right.
But if you were to use a tiebreaker, they would have it. But they'll clinch a share minimum tonight. Marshfield up 34-28 in Eau Claire North late third quarter there. Hands team in. As Rayfeld will kick the onside kick, he'll aim it to the top of your screen.
On the turf here, you're looking for one small bounce and then trying to get the ball to turn over and go up in the air, then battle for it.
They go the other way, high bounce, Bankston's there. It didn't get 10 yards anyway. It didn't get that big bounce forward. And able to recover easily was Andrew Bankston. And now if you're Smash, your only hope is a turnover. More or less. First down would end the game.
Yeah, both hands around the football here.
And they're gonna trust their sophomore running back to be the one to do it. Bankston is the back. Remember, his older brother last year had 50 touches this game last year. He'll get the carry. Hesitation, driving the legs forward past the 45. And the ball came out, but they're going to say he's down.
Down by contact.
He got 3. 49 yards on 13 carries for Bankston.
And look, there are times in the game where you want to fight for the extra yardage, keep those legs churning, fall forward. This is not one of them. You don't want that ball going free and then find out that the whistle hasn't sounded because your forward progress hasn't been stopped.
Exactly. Don't take that chance. Looks like now Gast is the back. He'll get it. Cutting forward, driving the legs, still going. Smash trying to hold him up to rip the ball out. They'll blow it dead at the 42-yard line on a gain of 2. Spash trying to just hold him up and just every available hand just ripping at that football.
Third and 5, very little chance that the Evergreens will put the ball in the air here. You want this on the ground and keep the clock moving.
100%. It is Gast, the back. He'll get it. Cuts upfield, ball game. Inside the 40 to the 36. He needed 5, he got 6. And that was a conference championship run for Tristan Gast.
For Everest fans, this has been such a good turnaround game last night. The team was sour against Chippewa Falls last week. Turnovers and penalties, no points in the second half. This effort is so much better and turning it around against a tough opponent.
It'll be one, maybe two more plays. Victory formation for the Evergreens. Rhodey under center. This will be the final snap of the game. He'll take a knee, and the clock will run down. "25 seconds and counting. Hugs on the near sideline. It was senior night for the Smash Panthers. As it'll be DC Everest, undefeated in Valley play. They will clinch a share right now, outright next week on their senior night. They will host the Old Abes of Eau Claire Memorial. Your final score, DC Everest 28, Spash 13. Your Nasonville Dairy postgame show is on the way next on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome to the Nasonville Dairy postgame show from Stevens Point. The Evergreens come to a place where they've had just no luck at all over the years and come out with a conference championship, a 28-13 win over Spash tonight. Evergreens finally got this game up to a 3-score lead in the fourth quarter, and the Evergreens dominated time of possession. On Everest's first possession of the game, they chewed up nearly 8 minutes of the first quarter and came away with a touchdown from Corbin Enzenroth. And then on the Evergreens' first possession of the second half, Spash ran only 4 plays, had to punt the ball away, and the Evergreens drove the field again and took up the lion's share of the third quarter. Evergreens played well today behind their quarterback, the sophomore Ty Rohde. Again, Rohde, what a turnaround for the Evergreens. Rohde was not the starter at the beginning of this season. Evergreens had the ball in the hands of Jake Stasiak. Evergreens dropped their first 2 games of the season. And then in week 3, rallied for a win over Wisconsin Rapids, but lost Jake Stasiak to a neck injury. We'll go down on the field now for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Ty Rohde and Xavier Edwards to celebrate a conference championship.
Here with your Nasonville Dairy post-game show, Mike Willen here with Coach Mitchell, Ty Rohde, Xavier Edwards, our highlight house players of the game. And Coach, it seemed like the name of this game was just consistency. You guys almost doubled them up in time of possession. You controlled the ground, and when the second half hit, it seemed like you were the team that was the freshest.
Yeah, I think it's been a long season, and I think last week refocused us. I think that we know what we got up front and how to run the ball a little bit, and we took advantage of when they gave us opportunities to hit the ball deep. But yeah, I thought the way our guys played, very consistent, very tough. This was a big game. We knew the moment, and we knew that we would be ready for it, and came out and played hard.
And you talk about just the strength of the running game. In the second half, that was true. First half, you let your quarterback open it up a little bit. He made a couple of big throws. That wheel route was wide open. Yep. I'm sure that's something you probably saw on tape. Yep. I guess talk about the trust in Ty to step up and make some of those throws.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working hard all year. It's been a process to get to where he's at. But I know that. Feels great.
Whoa! Well, at least I was able to avoid that one this year.
Yeah. Got the game ball a little wet.
Coach, pick up where you left off there.
Yeah, I mean, he's been working his butt off. It's tough to get thrown into the mix on a Monday, and when you find out, hey, you're gonna have to be the guy as a sophomore, and everything that he's done up until this point is just keep getting better, keep getting better, keep getting better. And I thought tonight he showed the ability to let that ball fly and did a heck of a job tonight.
And something we had said during the year, too, he's probably going to be a little sad next year when he doesn't have number 1 there to catch some of those balls. Obviously, he makes the Beckham catch. He makes that one by the goal line, and then that tip drill at the end really kind of sealed things up. Yes, talk about the trust to have a receiver be able to make plays like that.
Yeah, it's huge in this offense. When we can run the ball the way we do and then, get those guys to bite and take advantage of it, I think, all year teams have been devil covering him. Trying to take him away, and so this was a huge game for him to, hey, if they're going to put one guy on him, we like our chances, and made some great plays tonight. We have to take care of him a little bit, make sure that he's staying where he needs to, but he did a heck of a job tonight and showed why he's the best receiver in the conference.
And obviously there's still a week to go, but how does it feel for another year to hear the words conference champions?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about since the offseason. It's been a long time since somebody's repeated as the outright conference champs. So to do that was special. It's been since 2011 that the DC Everest has won here. So there was a lot riding on this thing, and we knew the moments, and we knew that hey, we're gonna have to play hard tonight.
So, Coach, great job. Enjoy this one. Good luck down the road, and we'll see you next weekend in the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
Remember, 2 highlight house players of the game here: Ty Rohde, Xavier Edwards, and Ty, I got to ask you first. Coach putting that trust in that left arm during the first half. What was going through your mind? First, that we had that wheel route to Bankston wide open, but then to be able to open it up on such an environment like this.
I know what I'm capable of. I'm trusted by my family, and I just went out there and all right, it's not coming to my head, but I just went out there and I executed.
And then obviously you got this guy here making some of the greatest catches you're going to see in Wisconsin this year. I guess, what was your feeling knowing that you can trust him to go up and get the ball?
I got bailed on a couple of those balls, but he helps me out. I have trust in him. I can pretty much every ball, if I let it go, I got trust he's going to go get it.
And then Xavier, I said on the air that looked like Odell Beckham that first one. I guess, how do you make those plays? I guess, how do you just even think to make those types of plays?
I don't know. Like sometimes, your team's trusting you. You got to put it all in, and you just got to go get it. Your team trusts you to throw that ball. Your QB trusts you to catch that ball, and you sometimes just got to go up and grab it.
And Coach has said it's been since 2011. You were a toddler, you were a baby. I guess, what is it like for 14 years to help lead this team onto this field, to leave with a win and leave with a conference title?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, man. Like, these brothers work so hard every day just for this moment right here. Go beat, the contending conference champs, maybe, possibly. Obviously, we blew them out the water, and just go and beat them. And, I was watching my brother growing up. He never beat them at Spash, and he played 2 years. And, it's just a great feeling, man.
Same thing for you.
Just to come out here, like you said, with our brothers, with our family, we have a bond that's, inseparable. We just come out here, we trust each other, we play as a team, and we win games. That's what we do.
And the last thing for you, Xavier, you got senior night for you next week. What's it going to be like going into that game and getting ready now? You got the championship, you still got one more game, and then got playoffs. I guess what's going to be that atmosphere like next week?
Yeah, so our senior night was actually a Marshfield game.
Sorry.
But we play, Eau Claire Memorial. They're maybe not the best, most talented team or together team, but we still got to come out on our home field and do our job.
Sounds good. So we're going to do one last thing. You see our camera up under the word Gurkey. I'll give you this. You guys both have done this before, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll go. I'm Ty Rose. I'm Ty Rose. I'm Xavier Edwards, and we're in the house. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Ty Rody.
I'm Xavier Edwards.
And we're in the house.
Good job, fellas. Appreciate it. For some reason, I thought senior night was